After 21 years in politics, Niagara West Glanbrook MPP Tim Hudak is embarking on a new career with the Ontario Real Estate Association. Hudak used his final annual riding barbecue to thank his constituents for all of their support over the many years that he served.
This is my 11th year for the Chicken and Ribs BBQ, and I chose it because Balls Falls has always been a lot to me. I mean, I used to come here hiking when I was a kid.
You got married in the church across the road?
You got it, yeah. So Deb and I were married in the chapel right behind the barn here. It's a beautiful spot. I love walking around the falls, and so I thought it was like a gorgeous place. And it's really like what I like this barbecue is kind of me. I'm a big ribs and chicken guy. I like the barbecue and the music. So what I'm going to miss, the beauty of the area, the people. I mean, they put their faith in me, and Niagara has a really admirable independent streak to it, right? They're not so big on the big government. They want to say, just let us succeed on our own. So the independence of the folks here, the self-determination, and when those are in need, the communities in West Niagara are extraordinarily generous to help those out who need a helping hand.
Hudak was first elected in 1995 under the Mike Harris Common Sense Revolution. That government played an even more important role in his personal life.
Number one thing, that's where I met Deb. So my wife, Deb, was one of Mike Harris's top advisors. I remember there was a young, fresh MPP back in 1995. She'd come into the caucus. I said, well, she's very bright, strong, powerful, and hot. So I'm going to try to get to know her. So I flirted with her for a while, which these days she doesn't remember, but eventually I caught up with her. So that's number one, my two girls, as a result of that. And the second thing I'd say, it has been a huge honor to be elected by the people here in Niagara 6 straight times. And that meant so much to me because when I first ran, I was this 27-year-old kid that nobody heard of. So the fact that folks put their faith in me 6 straight times, that means a lot.
So Deb, you and Tim met through politics. Politics is coming to an end basically today. What does it feel like?
Well, it's an emotional week for us, but I think once we get past today, tomorrow, it'll feel great.
You and the girls, do you think you'll see a lot more of Tim, or is this...
We hope so, but he's not exactly the kind of guy that'll sit still, so the next year will be the proof in that, I suppose.
And he plans to continue doing his radio show as well as running the Ontario Real Estate Association.
I think he would like to. I think it'll depend whether his new bosses are comfortable with that and whether the radio station is, but he certainly loves it. And it's a good opportunity for him to still talk about the issues that have meant so much to him over the last 20 years.
For 21 years, Tim has represented this riding. It must be sort of a sad moment for the two of you?
It is a sad moment because he put a lot into this and he never achieved the ultimate goal of being the Premier of Ontario. But it's a happy system because he's worked hard, worked right through the party to the leadership role of the Conservative Party of Ontario, and now he's going to find another transition into another world of work.
Susanna Campbell has worked in Hudak's constituency office for 13 years.
I am going to miss Mr. Hudak. He's been a wonderful employer, a wonderful example to lead from. He works very hard, and so do we. But I'm going to miss people, working with people and representing him in his constituency and helping individuals that need the help. And that's probably going to be the hardest part to walk away from this position.
Former St. Catharines Conservative MP Rick Dykstra says having a provincial party leader in Niagara was a huge bonus.
One of the great things when we were in government was having the ability to have somebody from the party at the provincial level who understood and was very capable in terms of working on behalf of Niagara residents. And the second piece of that is somebody who actually knew how government worked as a former cabinet minister. So, I've known Tim a long time, and he obviously did a great job, not just for the people of the riding that he represented, but for the entire Niagara region.
One of my disappointments in your 21 years is that I never got to see you put on a pair of wrestling tights and jump into the ring. I mean, Patrick Brazo and Justin Trudeau jumped into the boxing ring. Why didn't we see Tim Hudak jump into the wrestling ring? Because you love wrestling.
I do. Maybe I couldn't find somebody else to take me on. I think my style would be more like Roddy Piper, right? Kind of average build here. I'm not like a big monster. So I think I would use speed, a little bit trickery, and maybe I'll do, a few little dirty tricks from time to time. But I tell you, I'm going to win.
This may be his last riding barbecue, but Tim Hudak promises to stay involved with the PC party locally. Don't forget, you can continue to catch his radio show Sunday nights on CKTB. Reporting in Balls Falls for The Source, I'm Mike Balsom.